Think and Grow Rich Chapter 8. Decision. The Mastery of Procrastination. Extended Edition. Introduction. Welcome to this profound and detailed exploration of Chapter 8 of Napoleon Hill's timeless masterpiece, Think and Grow Rich. This chapter, titled Decision, is officially recognized as the seventh step toward riches. It is a chapter that strikes at the very heart of why some people succeed while the vast majority fail. Hill's rigorous analysis of over 25,000 men and women who had experienced failure revealed a startling truth: lack of decision was consistently near the top of the list of the 30 major causes of failure. Procrastination, the subtle but deadly opposite of decision, is a common enemy that practically every human being must conquer. It is the silent thief of opportunity. In this session, we will dissect the contrast between successful and unsuccessful decision-makers, learn how to protect our minds from the debilitating influence of external opinions, and take a masterclass in history by analyzing how a single, definitive decision gave birth to a nation. Part 1. The Psychology of Successful versus Unsuccessful Decision-Makers. Napoleon Hill observed a distinct, almost mathematical pattern in how people handle decisions. This pattern is one of the most reliable predictors of an individual's financial and personal future. 1. The habit of promptness. When Hill analyzed several hundred people who had accumulated fortunes exceeding the $1 million mark, he found one common denominator. Every single one of them had the habit of reaching decisions promptly. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They analyzed the facts available and moved. 2. The strength of persistence. These successful individuals also shared the habit of changing their decisions very slowly, if they changed them at all. This isn't about being stubborn. It's about having faith in the research and the mastermind alliance that helped form the decision in the first place. 3. The anatomy of failure. On the other side of the spectrum, Hill found that people who fail to accumulate money have the habit, without exception, of reaching decisions, if they reach them at all, very slowly. More damagingly, they have the habit of changing those decisions quickly and frequently. They are like a ship without a rudder, blown about by every passing wind of doubt. 4. Definiteness as a superpower. A person who wavers in their decisions sends a signal to their subconscious and to the world that they are not sure of themselves. Success, however, demands a definiteness of purpose. When you make a prompt, definitive decision, you align your mental faculties toward a single point of focus. 5. The case of Henry Ford. Henry Ford is Hill's primary example of the master of decision. Ford was famous for his iron-willed ability to reach decisions quickly and stick to them. His decision to continue producing the Model T automobile, despite intense pressure from his advisors and the public to change it, allowed him to amass one of the greatest fortunes in history. While his obstinacy was criticized, it was the very quality that provided the stability for his empire to grow. Part 2. Guarding your mind, handling external opinions. One of the most insidious obstacles to definitive decision-making is the influence of other people. Napoleon Hill is blunt. Opinions are the cheapest commodities on earth. Everyone has a flock of them, and most people are eager to give them away for free. 1. The danger of being easily influenced. The majority of people who fail are those who allow the opinions of others to do their thinking for them. They permit newspapers, social media, and gossiping neighbors to dictate their reality. If you are influenced by opinions when you reach decisions, you will never succeed in transmuting your desire into money. 2. The sovereignty of your own mind. Hill emphasizes that if you are influenced by the opinions of others, you will have no desire of your own. You have a brain and a mind of your own. Use it. Reach your own decisions based on your own analysis of the facts. 3. The sanctuary of the master mind. The only people you should ever take into your confidence are the members of your mastermind group. And even then, you must be extremely careful in your selection. Your mastermind must consist only of those who are in complete sympathy and harmony with your purpose. 4. The friendly sabotage of relatives. Close friends and relatives often handicap us through well-meaning but ignorant opinions, or even through ridicule meant to be humorous. Hill warns that thousands of people carry inferiority complexes throughout their lives because a relative destroyed their confidence with a humorous remark about their ambitions. 5. The law of silence. To develop the habit of prompt decision, you must keep your eyes and ears wide open and your mouth closed. Those who talk too much are rarely people of action. When you talk too freely about your plans, you not only lose the energy required to execute them, but you also invite others to steal your ideas or find ways to defeat you out of envy. 6. The epigram of deeds. Hill's advice is simple. Tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it. In the world of achievement, deeds are the only currency that matters. Words are often just a mask for a lack of decision. Part 3. The Declaration of Independence, or a masterclass in decision. To illustrate the world-changing power of a definitive decision, Hill provides a historical analysis of the birth of the United States. He argues that the signing of the Declaration of Independence was the greatest act of decision-making in human history. 1. The spark in the minds of two men. The freedom of an entire nation began as a definite decision in the minds of just two men, John Hancock and Samuel Adams. They reached a decision to stop being victims of British oppression and to start being leaders of a new movement. This decision required immense faith and courage because it was, at the time, an act of high treason. 2. The mastermind of the revolution. Adams and Hancock didn't act alone. They formed a mastermind group that eventually included Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, and others. This group met in secret, coordinated their thoughts, and crystallized their collective desire for freedom into a definite plan. 3. The risk of the gallows. The 56 men who signed the Declaration of Independence were not just signing a piece of paper. They were signing their own death warrants if the revolution failed. They knew that their decision would either lead to the birth of a nation or to their own execution. This is the ultimate example of a decision reached by assuming a great risk. 4. The intangible power of decision. Hill points out a common historical misconception. Many believe George Washington won the war on the battlefield. But Hill argues that the victory was ensured long before Washington's armies reached Yorktown. It was won the moment those 56 men reached a definitive, irrevocable decision. That decision created an intangible power that moved the hearts of the colonists and made victory inevitable. 5. Courage as the foundation of progress. The value of any decision depends upon the courage required to render it. The great decisions that have served as the foundation of modern civilization, from the Magna Carta to the Emancipation Proclamation, were all reached by individuals who were willing to risk everything for a definitive purpose. Part 4. The Actionable Principles of Chapter 8. To master the art of decision and kill the habit of procrastination, apply these 7 punchy principles to your daily life. 1. Practice rapid-fire deciding. Start with small things. Practice reaching decisions quickly on minor matters to build the decision muscle. Train yourself to move the moment you have the necessary information. 2. Commit to your course. Once you have made a decision based on sound facts and your mastermind's counsel, stick to it. Do not allow temporary setbacks to make you quick to change. 3. Build a fortress around your plans. Stop talking about your goals to people who aren't part of your mastermind. Protect your mental energy and keep your plans under wraps until they are manifested in action. 4. Audit your influences. Identify the people in your life who constantly offer unsolicited opinions that drain your confidence. Distance yourself from their influence and rely on your own judgment. 5. Seek facts, not gossip. When you need information to make a decision, go to the source. Don't rely on secondhand opinions or the general consensus of the crowd. 6. Embrace the show, don't tell rule. Let your results be your announcement. The more you talk about what you're going to do, the less likely you are to actually do it. 7. Identify your declaration moment. What is the one definitive decision you have been putting off? Identify it, weigh the risks, and make the decision today. Remember that the greatest risk is often taking no risk at all. Part 5. The Metaphysics of Decision. Beyond the practical and historical aspects, Napoleon Hill touches on a deeper, almost metaphysical dimension of decision-making. He suggests that a definitive decision acts as a command to the subconscious mind. When you decide with absolute certainty, you stop the internal conflict that usually drains your creative energy. You send a clear, unconflicted message to your subconscious that This is the way it will be. This clarity of intent allows the subconscious to begin its work of attracting the people, circumstances, and ideas necessary to fulfill the decision. Hill notes that the person who reaches a definite decision has already won half the battle. This is because the decision itself is a form of faith in action. It is the rejection of doubt and the embrace of a specific outcome. In your own life, notice how much energy you waste in the state of indecision. Indecision is a form of mental friction that creates heat but no light. By making a definitive decision, you eliminate that friction and allow your full mental power to be directed toward your goal. This is why successful people seem to move with such ease and speed. They aren't fighting themselves. They have decided, and therefore they are free to act. Final summary of actionable points. To wrap up this exploration of Chapter 8, let's consolidate the most critical actionable takeaways. 1. Speed up your decision process. Commit to making minor decisions in under 60 seconds. This builds the habit of promptness. 2. Filter out the noise. Identify the opinion givers in your life and consciously choose to ignore their input on your major goals. 3. Harness the mastermind. Use your trusted group for data and feedback, but make the final decision your own. 4. Adopt the Ford standard. Once you make a major decision, give it a fair chance to succeed before even considering a change. 5. Visualize the risk. Like the signers of the Declaration, understand the stakes of your decision, accept them, and then move forward without fear. 6. Speak through action. Make it a rule to show progress before you talk about your plans. 7. Kill procrastination daily. Identify one task you've been avoiding and make a definitive decision on it right now. Conclusion. The power of decision is the power of creation. It is the tool with which you carve your own path in a world that is all too eager to decide for you. As you move forward, keep the lesson of Chapter 8 at the forefront of your mind. Reach decisions promptly, change them slowly, and let your actions speak for you. Your destiny is waiting for your decision. Start deciding today.